Hello, friends. There are 5 decisions you can make around Social Security that cannot be undone, not appealed, not corrected, not adjusted after the fact. Once they are made, they are permanent. And right now, in 2026, people are walking into every single one of these mistakes. Not because they are careless, not because they did not try to understand the rules, but because nobody sat down and clearly explained what actually happens before the decision gets made. By the time most people realize what they did, the paperwork is already processed, the reduced amount is already locked in, and the window to do anything about it is closed. Today I'm going to walk through all 5. If you are approaching 62, watch this before you do anything. If you are already collecting, stay with me because at least one of these may still apply to your situation right now. Before we get into it, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. The SSA does not send you a personal warning when a rule changes or when a deadline is about to cost you real money. What I do on this channel is take those rules, translate them into plain English, and get that information to you before the damage is done. The people who are subscribed here find out in time. The ones who are not tend to find out after the decision is already made and the money is already gone. Hit subscribe and let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is claiming at 62 without understanding what the reduction actually means in dollars. The SSA allows you to claim as early as 62. What they do not make clear, at least not in a way that makes the full weight of it land, is how permanent that decision is. If your full retirement age is 67, claiming at 62 means a 30% permanent reduction to your monthly benefit. On a $2,000 benefit, that is $600 less every single month. Not for a few years. Every month, for the rest of your life. Over a 20-year retirement, that is $144,000 in cumulative losses compared to simply waiting until 67. The SSA will process your application. They will confirm that your benefit will be reduced. You say yes, and that reduced number becomes your number permanently. There is no appeal for changing your mind later. Know the real dollar figure before you sign anything. Mistake number 2 is not knowing your full retirement age down to the specific month. Most people think full retirement age is either 66 or 67 and leave it at that. But if you were born between 1955 and 1959, your number is somewhere in between, and it matters more than most people realize. Born in 1955, your full retirement age is 66 and 2 months. Born in 1957, it is 66 and 6 months. Born in 1959, it is 66 and 10 months. Every single month matters because your reduction for claiming early is calculated against your specific full retirement age, not a rounded number. People in this group who claimed at 62 thinking their full retirement age was simply 66 were actually claiming earlier than they understood, meaning the permanent reduction was deeper than they ever expected. Your exact number is on your Social Security statement at ssa.gov. Look it up before you make any decision. Mistake number 3 is claiming before full retirement age while still working. This one blindsides people because the money does not just disappear. It disappears without any clear explanation in the moment. In 2026, if you are collecting Social Security before your full retirement age and you earn more than $23,400 in a year, the SSA withholds $1 for every $2 you earn over that limit. For someone earning $40,000 a year while collecting early, that is roughly $8,300 withheld. The money does eventually get credited back to your record once you reach full retirement age. But in the meantime, people see a smaller check or no check at all and have no idea why. If you are still working and considering claiming early, run those numbers first. The earnings test is real, it is active right now, and it applies to you whether you were aware of it or not. Mistake number 4 is filing without first checking your earnings record for errors. The Social Security Administration has been recording your payroll data since your very first job. That data came from your employers, and every year there was an opportunity for something to go wrong. A number submitted incorrectly, a year that got missed entirely, a period of self-employment that never got recorded properly. Each error that goes uncorrected reduces your monthly benefit by approximately $100. One wrong number from 1994, one missed year. That is $100 less every single month for the rest of your life. The fix requires documentation, and documentation gets harder to find the longer you wait. With 2 forms, old pay stubs, tax returns. These things exist right now. They may not exist in 15 years. Go to ssa.gov, open your Social Security statement, and compare every single year listed against your own records before you file. If anything does not match, file a correction request while you still have the paperwork to back it up. Mistake number 5 is one of the least talked about, and for widows and widowers, it is often the most expensive. A significant number of people who have lost a spouse are collecting their own retirement benefit when they would actually receive more on their late spouse's record. The survivor benefit for a widow or widower can be up to 100% of what the deceased spouse was receiving. In many cases, that number is substantially higher than what the surviving spouse receives on their own record. And there is a strategy that most people never hear about. If you are eligible for both your own benefit and a survivor benefit, you can claim one first and allow the other to continue growing before switching. But if you claimed without ever comparing both options, or if you are currently collecting and have never asked SSA to pull the survivor figure, there is a real chance you have been leaving money on the table every single month. Call SSA at 1-800-772-1213 and ask them to pull both numbers and compare them directly. That one call can change your monthly income permanently. Here's the summary. Claiming at 62 without knowing your exact permanent reduction in real dollars. Not knowing your full retirement age down to the specific month. Collecting early while earning income above the earnings test limit. Filing without verifying your earnings record for errors that silently reduce your benefit. And receiving your own retirement benefit when a survivor benefit would pay you more. None of these mistakes announce themselves. The SSA processes your application, confirms the basics, and moves forward. The details that would have changed your decision are available if you know to ask for them. Now you do. Subscribe. Share this with someone you know who is approaching 62 or who recently lost a spouse, and I will see you in the next one.